Welcome. In this video we provide an overview of matters that were covered in online training on how the closing routine should be conducted during a Grow Group meeting. There are 5 sections to Grow Group meetings. This video is focused on the last section, the closing routine, as highlighted in blue on the slide here on screen. There are 6 principal matters that need to be dealt with during the closing routine. These are listed on the slide on screen, and we'll talk through each of these now. There are further 3 matters to attend to in order to bring the closing routine to an end, but we'll deal with those in due course. If there has been an organiser and recorder meeting or a regional programme team meeting, the group is updated on matters discussed at these meetings and on any tasks that may have been proposed for the group. 12-step activities, both ones that have taken place and ones that are planned, are discussed. This discussion is usually led by the organiser. If anything needs to be done with regard to tea, coffee being served afterwards, somebody may be asked at this stage of the meeting to slip out and organise this. The recorder then gathers information about the meeting and ideally inputs this onto MS Forms utilising their phone. If the area coordinator is present at the meeting, they are asked for feedback on how the meeting progressed. The most critical thing to be done at this section of the meeting is the recording of information about the meeting, commonly referred to as evaluation. So let's consider this matter, evaluation, in more detail. Completing the evaluation form is the responsibility of the recorder. However, for several reasons, it is best if 1 or 2 other members of the group are trained and equipped to gather meeting evaluation information and to submit it on MS. What is laid out on the slide currently on screen and over the next few slides is guidance primarily directed at the recorder or whoever has responsibility for gathering the required information about the meeting and submitting it onto MS Forms. Questions should be asked clearly and be easy to understand. Use positive body language such as looking directly at people and smiling. Seek to involve everyone. It is recommended that you not only read out questions but also the answer that you plan to submit. At the same time, keep things moving along and seek to complete the evaluation within 5 minutes. In winding up the evaluation, the recorder is recommended to update the group on any tasks that were proposed for the group at a recent organiser recorder meeting or regional programme team meeting, and to remind the group about any tasks that they're currently working on. For best results, it is recommended that attendees are regularly reminded of why information is required and why it is critical that information submitted is as accurate as possible in recording how the meeting progressed. Be careful of qualitative questions and questions that require a show of hands. Encourage people to dissent in order to obtain an accurate record of the meeting. The slide on screen currently outlines what attendees can be told about why information is required and why it is critical that it accurately reflects what happened at the meeting. We've now come to the last 3 matters to wind up the closing routine. The closing routine and the whole Grow Group meeting is brought to an end by reading Commitment to the Journey on page 102 of the programme book, followed by the Grow Aspiration on page 103. At this point, the meeting leader or organiser announces Grow has no fees, but any voluntary contributions towards necessary expenses will be welcome, and a bag is made available or passed around. The meeting then ends. If there is a facility to have tea or coffee on site, attendees traditionally then do this together before heading off. This brings us to the end of this training on the closing routine. I hope it's been a benefit to you.